ATI TEAS Math Test Questions. Question 1. During a task at the simulation laboratory, an inventory clerk is packing practice syringes. A circular display has a radius of 11 centimeters. Using 3.14 for pi, what is its circumference? Option A, 69.08 centimeters. Option B, 34.54 centimeters. Option C, 242 centimeters. Option D, 379.94 centimeters. The correct answer is option A, 69.08 centimeters. Circumference measures the distance around a circle. Squaring the radius belongs to the area formula and would produce square units. Multiply pi by the diameter, or double the radius before multiplying by pi. For the inventory clerk's record at the simulation laboratory, the final selection should preserve the stated unit or mathematical form for practice syringes. Question 2. At the campus bookstore, an inventory clerk reviews quantities involving study packets with the distributing stage. A bar graph records values of 13, 15, 11, and 23 for 4 categories. How much greater is the fourth bar than the third? Option A, 2. Option B, 12. Option C, 23. Option D, 34. The correct answer is option B, 12. Subtract the smaller displayed value from the larger displayed value. Adding the bars gives a combined total rather than the requested difference. A comparison between two bar heights is found by subtraction. For the inventory clerk's record at the campus bookstore, the final selection should preserve the stated unit or mathematical form for study packets. Question 3. A planning sheet from the community health fair lists information about sample containers, with the inventory clerk handling the tracking stage. A session runs from 8:32 to 9:52. How many minutes does it last? Option A, 140 minutes. Option B, 80 minutes. Option C, 60 minutes. Option D, 1,104 minutes. The correct answer is option B, 80 minutes. Counting only the minute digits can miss a change in the hour. Elapsed time is the difference between the ending and starting clock times. Convert both times to minutes from a common reference point and subtract. For the inventory clerk's record at the community health fair, the final selection should preserve the stated unit or mathematical form for sample containers. Stressed about your ATI TEAS? We can take ATI TEAS for you remotely and undetected. We always guarantee a pass and payments only after results. To send us an email, scan the code or tap the link in the description and let's get it done. Question 4. While working in the Student Resource Center, an inventory clerk must calculate a value for appointment cards, with the organizing stage. The plan calls for 7 batches of 18 units plus 3 extra units. Which total matches the plan? Option A, 28. Option B, 147. Option C, 75. Option D, 129. The correct answer is option D, 129. Find the amount in all full batches and then include the extra units. The repeated batches form a multiplication step, while the loose units are added afterward. Combining the addends before multiplying would incorrectly apply the extra amount to every batch. For the inventory clerk's record at the Student Resource Center, the final selection should preserve the stated unit or mathematical form for appointment cards. Question 5. The clinic's supply room uses a record to track boxes of gloves, with the inventory clerk handling the counting stage. The log records 18 completed units across 2 hours. Which unit rate describes the work? Option A, 16 units per hour. Option B, 0.1 units per hour. Option C, 9 units per hour. Option D, 36 units per hour. The correct answer is option C, 9 units per hour. A rate compares quantities measured in different units. Divide the total number of units by the elapsed time so the denominator becomes 1 hour. Multiplication would describe a larger total rather than the amount completed during a single hour. For the inventory clerk's record at the clinic supply room, the final selection should preserve the stated unit or mathematical form for boxes of gloves. Question 6. For a project in the Nursing Skills Workshop, an inventory clerk is comparing nutrition labels. Evaluate -11 -9? Option A, -20. Option B, -19. Option C, 20. Option D, -2. The correct answer is option A, -20. Change the subtraction to addition, reverse the sign of the second number, and apply the signed minus number rules. Subtracting an integer can be rewritten as adding its opposite. This rewrite helps prevent losing a negative sign when two signs appear together. For the inventory clerk's record at the Nursing Skills Workshop, the final selection should preserve the stated unit or mathematical form for nutrition labels. Question 7. A report prepared at the public library summarizes data about measuring cups, with the inventory clerk handling the packing stage. A rectangular work area is 17 feet long and 8 feet wide. What is its perimeter? Option A, 25 feet. Option B, 42 feet. Option C, 50 feet. Option D, 136 feet. The correct answer is option C, 50 feet. Perimeter measures the total distance around a figure. Multiplying the dimensions calculates area instead of boundary length. Add both lengths and both widths, or double the sum of one length and one width. For the inventory clerk's record at the public library, the final selection should preserve the stated unit or mathematical form for measuring cups. Question 8. Before an activity at the college cafeteria, an inventory clerk checks the amount of training manuals, with the distributing stage. A scale drawing uses 1 inch. To represent 5 feet, a length measures 8 inches. On the drawing, what is the actual length? Option A, 40 feet. Option B, 480 feet. Option C, 13 feet. Option D, 1.6 feet. The correct answer is option A, 40 feet. Multiply the drawing measurement by the actual amount represented by each drawing unit. Dividing would be appropriate when converting an actual length back to the smaller drawing. A scale drawing creates a proportional relationship between drawing length and actual length. For the inventory clerk's record at the college cafeteria, the final selection should preserve the stated unit or mathematical form for training manuals. Are you looking for ATI TEAS actual questions? Visit our website pokerexams.com to access ATI TEAS study guide with actual questions and answers. Scan the QR code or click the link in the description to get ATI TEAS answer key today. Question 9. The inventory clerk at the neighborhood garden is responsible for tracking water bottles. Estimate 56 plus 89 plus 40 by rounding each addend to the nearest 10. Option A, 190. Option B, 185. Option C, 150. Option D, 200. The correct answer is option A, 190. The estimate should be close to the exact total but is not expected to match it in every case. Estimation simplifies the addends before calculation to obtain a nearby, reasonable total. Round each value to the requested place and add the rounded numbers. For the inventory clerk's record at the neighborhood garden, the final selection should preserve the stated unit or mathematical form for water bottles. Question 10. A worksheet used in the fitness center contains measurements for first-aid kits, with the inventory clerk handling the labeling stage. There are 8 boxes with 20 units each. After 11 units are used and 6 loose units are added, how many units are available? Option A, 78. Option B, 155. Option C, 165. Option D, 23. The correct answer is option B, 155. Applying the subtraction inside every box would remove the used amount repeatedly instead of once. Multiply the number of boxes by the units per box, subtract the amount used, and then include the loose additions. The grouped inventory must be calculated before later increases or decreases are applied. For the inventory clerk's record at the fitness center, the final selection should preserve the stated unit or mathematical form for first-aid kits. Question 11. As part of a routine check at the mobile screening unit, an inventory clerk examines bus passes, with the measuring stage. Which ratio is equivalent to 4:3? Option A, 16:12. Option B, 12:16. Option C, 8:7. Option D, 16:15. The correct answer is option A, 16:12. Equivalent ratios preserve the same multiplicative relationship between their terms. Multiply or divide both parts by the same non-zero factor. Adding the same amount to both terms does not generally preserve the ratio. For the inventory clerk's record at the mobile screening unit, the final selection should preserve the stated unit or mathematical form for bus passes. Question 12. A supply request from the training classroom includes several entries for poster boards, with the inventory clerk handling the comparing stage. Simplify x caret 5 times x caret 4. Which expression is equivalent? Option A, x caret 1. Option B, x caret 20. Option C, 9x. Option D, x caret 9. The correct answer is option D, x caret 9. The repeated factors from both powers combine into one longer product of the same base. Powers with the same base are multiplied by adding their exponents. Multiplying the exponents applies to a different rule and would not preserve the factor count. For the inventory clerk's record at the training classroom, the final selection should preserve the stated unit or mathematical form for poster boards. Question 13. The pharmacy inventory room is preparing for an event that uses lab trays, with the inventory clerk handling the packing stage. What is the slope of the line through 1, 6, and 3, 4? Option A is 0. Option B, -2. Option C, 1. Option D, -1. The correct answer is option D, -1. Slope compares vertical change with horizontal change between 2 points. Reversing only one subtraction changes the sign, while reversing both leaves the ratio unchanged. Subtract the y- coordinates in the same order as the x- coordinates and divide the changes. For the inventory clerk's record at the pharmacy inventory room, the final selection should preserve the stated unit or mathematical form for lab trays. Question 14. A inventory clerk creates a calculation for storage bins at the bus scheduling office, with the distributing stage. Using 3.14 for pi, what is the circumference of a circle with radius 6 feet? Option A, 18.84 feet. Option B, 37.68 feet. Option C, 113.04 feet. Option D is 75.36 feet. The correct answer is option B, 37.68 feet. Double the radius to obtain the diameter and multiply by pi. The answer uses linear units because no area is being measured. Circumference is the linear distance around a circle. For the inventory clerk's record at the bus scheduling office, the final selection should preserve the stated unit or mathematical form for storage bins. Question 15. Information collected in the community kitchen describes how classroom chairs are being used, with the inventory clerk handling the tracking stage. The ordered data set is 12, 13, 15, 19, 24. What is the median? Option A, 13. Option B, 16.6. Option C, 15.0. Option D, a 12. The correct answer is option C, 15.0. Extreme values can shift the mean without changing the middle position as much. The median is the center value after the observations are arranged in order. Locate the middle position, averaging the two central values only when the data count is even. For the inventory clerk's record at the community kitchen, the final selection should preserve the stated unit or mathematical form for classroom chairs. Question 16. A schedule at the medical records office includes a numerical condition involving survey forms, with the inventory clerk handling the ordering stage. A purchase subtotal is $115 and sales tax is 4%. What is the total after tax? Option A, $119.60. Option B, $4.60. Option C, $111. Option D, $119. The correct answer is option A, $119.60. The final total should exceed the subtotal but by much less than the full price when the rate is small. Multiply the subtotal by the tax rate to find the tax, then add that amount to the subtotal. Sales tax is added as a percentage of the taxable subtotal. For the inventory clerk's record at the medical records office, the final selection should preserve the stated unit or mathematical form for survey forms. Question 17. The inventory clerk compares two records about workbooks in the science laboratory, with the budgeting stage. What is 5% of 160? Option A, 155. Option B, 3,200. Option C, 165. Option D, 8. The correct answer is option D, 8. A percent of a quantity is found by multiplying the whole by the rate written as a decimal. Move the decimal point 2 places left in the percent and multiply by the reference amount. The resulting part should be smaller than the whole whenever the rate is below 100%. For the inventory clerk's record at the science laboratory, the final selection should preserve the stated unit or mathematical form for workbooks. Question 18. A quality check in the Career Center requires a calculation involving name badges, with the inventory clerk handling the comparing stage. Convert 55 degrees Fahrenheit to degrees Celsius. Round to the nearest tenth if needed. Option A, 41.4 degrees Celsius. Option B, 30.6 degrees Celsius. Option C, 12.8 degrees Celsius. Option D, 48.3 degrees Celsius. The correct answer is option C, 12.8 degrees Celsius. Subtract the offset and multiply the difference by 5 minus ninths. Fahrenheit minus to minus Celsius conversion removes the 30 minus 2 minus degree offset before rescaling the interval. Applying the scale before removing the offset changes the reference point and produces an incorrect temperature. For the inventory clerk's record at the Career Center, the final selection should preserve the stated unit or mathematical form for name badges. Stressed about your GED? We can take GED for you remotely and undetected. We always guarantee a pass and payments only after results. To send us an email, scan the code or tap the link in the description and let's get it done. Question 19. The volunteer clinic has set a target related to digital thermometers, with the inventory clerk handling the packing stage. Solve for x plus 452. Option A hex less than 12. Option B hex less than 48. Option C hex greater than 11. Option D hex greater than 12. The correct answer is option A, x less than 12. An inequality is solved with the same inverse operations used for equations. The direction reverses only when both sides are multiplied or divided by a negative number. Keep the inequality direction when adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing by a positive value. For the inventory clerk's record at the volunteer clinic, the final selection should preserve the stated unit or mathematical form for digital thermometers. Question 20. A inventory clerk uses a table to monitor supply cartons at the campus mailroom, with the distributing stage. A rectangular container measures 7 centimeters by 9 centimeters by 2 centimeters. What is its volume? Option A 190 cubic centimeters. Option B 18 cubic centimeters. Option C 63 cubic centimeters. Option D 126 cubic centimeters. The correct answer is option D, 126 cubic centimeters. Multiply length, width, and height. A 2- dimension product would measure only one face rather than the entire container. Rectangular minus prism volume counts cubic units filling 3 dimensions. For the inventory clerk's record at the campus mailroom, the final selection should preserve the stated unit or mathematical form for supply cartons. Question 21. An activity log from the health education booth contains values for meal portions, with the inventory clerk handling the labeling stage. A line graph begins at 14 and ends at 24. What is the net change from the first period to the last? Option A 12. Option B 10. Option C 89. Option D 24. The correct answer is option B, 10. Adding all plotted values would measure an aggregate, not movement across time. Net change compares the ending value directly with the starting value. Subtract the first observation from the last observation, preserving the sign of the change. For the inventory clerk's record at the health education booth, the final selection should preserve the stated unit or mathematical form for meal portions. Question 22. The inventory clerk is revising a plan for index cards in the school auditorium, with the ordering stage. A route is 300 miles long and is traveled at 50 miles per hour. How many hours does the trip take? Option A, 15,000 hours. Option B, 250 hours. Option C, 0.2 hours. Option D, 6 hours. The correct answer is option D, 6 hours. Multiplying distance by speed would produce incompatible units and an unrealistically large value. Arrange the units so miles cancel and hours remain. Travel time is found by dividing distance by speed. For the inventory clerk's record at the school auditorium, the final selection should preserve the stated unit or mathematical form for index cards. Question 23. A short report from the Home Improvement Project presents a mathematical problem involving folders, with the inventory clerk handling the budgeting stage. 2 portions measure 2/5 and 5/6 of the same whole. What is their combined amount? Option A 1/3. Option B 1 7/30. Option C 13/30. Option D is 7/11. The correct answer is option B, 1 7/30. Fractions must describe equal minus sized parts before their numerators can be combined. Rewrite the quantities with a common denominator, add the numerators, and simplify the result. Adding denominators would change the size of the parts and does not preserve either original value. For the inventory clerk's record at the Home Improvement Project, the final selection should preserve the stated unit or mathematical form for folders. Question 24. The apartment laundry room must adjust its plan for tickets, with the inventory clerk handling the scheduling stage. A package of 11 identical items costs $55. What is the cost per item? Option A, $44. Option B, $4.58. Option C, $5. Option D is $605. The correct answer is option C, $5. Divide the total cost by the number of identical items in the package. A unit rate expresses the cost for exactly one item. Multiplying the quantities would produce a value that grows with the package size instead of reducing it to 1 unit. For the inventory clerk's record at the apartment laundry room, the final selection should preserve the stated unit or mathematical form for tickets. Question 25. A calculation is needed before exercise bands can be prepared at the farmer's market, with the inventory clerk handling the packing stage. Evaluate 2x plus 3 when x equals 5. Option A is 10. Option B is 7. Option C, 13. Option D, 16. The correct answer is option C, 13. Evaluating an expression means replacing the variable with its given value. Following the order of operations prevents the substitution from being added before multiplication. Substitute the value using parentheses, complete multiplication, and then combine the constant term. For the inventory clerk's record at the farmer's market, the final selection should preserve the stated unit or mathematical form for exercise bands.